kind of played you this year made you grow as a quarterback and seeing different things?
Yeah, I think it seems like every year we're getting a new scheme or a new way defenses are trying to go get about playing us and going against us. And so for us, it's about being patient now, being patient with the run game, being patient with the short passing game, and keep taking what's there. I mean, if we're going to do these 12, 14 play drives and we're still scoring touchdowns, they're just as effective. And for us, we're just going to, whatever the defense presents to us, we're going to go against it in the best way to have success.
Let's go next to Sam McDowell. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, to those of us, I guess, that don't know the game quite on the intricate level that you do, it seems like some of what you're seeing defensively is similar to what you've seen last year. Is it similar to what you've seen last year, or is there a lot of differences in what you're seeing this year?
It kind of goes in different phases. If you've looked at us through my career, at least at the beginning of my career, it was a lot of zone coverage, and then it became a lot of pressuring me and trying to get the ball out of my hands and see if I could pick it up. And then last year, similar, it started off with zone, and then it became a lot of press man coverage. And this year, it's kind of just been a lot of deeper zones and not letting us get free releases off the ball, but still playing that zone coverages. And so I think our team's doing a great job of adjusting every single year and making those adjustments quickly to have success. And I'm sure we'll be presented with different stuff as this year goes on, and we're going to try to take from what we've learned and have success.
Let's go next to Adam Teicher. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, Patrick, since you've been the starting quarterback, Tyreek's been out a lineup for periods with injuries. Sammy Watkins, McCullough wasn't even here when you were your first year as a starter. So just wanted to know, but Travis Kelce's the one guy that has been there throughout, and just want to know what kind of security that is for you, knowing he's out there no matter what else is going on.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a mismatch for defenses to cover. I mean, he's someone that in man coverage, it's hard to find a guy that can guard him. It's got to be a special type of athlete on the other side of the ball. And then in zone coverages, he played quarterback for a little bit while he was in Cincinnati, and so he understands how zones work and how to get himself open in zone coverages. And obviously this year we've seen a lot of those zones. I think that's why you see the success that he's having so far.
Let's go next to Ed Warder. Go ahead,
Ed. Yeah, Patrick. I'm just wondering, what do you think the message was, or how did the players in the locker room receive the fact that as good as you guys have been, you're defending a Super Bowl champion, you go out and take this opportunity to acquire a player who has recently been among the best running backs in football, and you talked about mismatches. What kind of a mismatched player do you see Le'Veon Bell potentially being?
Yeah, I mean, first off, in the locker room, I mean, we're extremely excited. I mean, if you've looked at how Veach and Coach Rita have kind of put this culture together, it's about bringing in great players and breeding competition. And so we're excited for him to be in there, be a part of the team, being a part of the culture of winning, and being able to go out there every single week and keep getting better and better. And then obviously he's a mismatch coming out of the backfield. I mean, the way he's able to run routes, the way he's able to split out and basically be another receiver out there, it's pretty special. And he's going to get a lot of matchups that I don't think he's had recently with a lot of linebackers on him, and I'm sure he's pretty excited about that.
Let's go next to Vahe Gregorian. Go ahead, Vahe.
Hey, Patrick. Brad, I got two questions, both related to Denver, so I just asked the first one. Patrick, just obviously we've talked about this before, but when you think about the injury last year at Denver, what do you think about? How do you process that in hindsight? And then I'll have one other, Brad.
Yeah, I mean, I've had kind of a up and down experiences in Denver. I mean, I've had the win my first game ever starting, that week 17 game, week 16, whatever it was. Then I had the Monday Night Football game where we got the comeback victory, and then I had that game where I got hurt. But if you've looked at it, I mean, it's a great atmosphere to play in. I like going there. I mean, obviously not the fans this year, but they're usually a great fan base. They love their football, and so I'm excited for it. And it's going to be a snow game, and I'm pretty excited for that as well.
The thing I really want to ask you about was that first start. What do you remember about that feeling, and can you take us through the Demarcus Robinson pass that many of us remember from that night?
Yeah, that first start, I mean, it was a crazy one. First off, it was extremely cold. I think it felt like it was like 0 degrees outside. So first time playing in that type of weather, and then just going out there having fun. I mean, that whole year I'd been on the scout team kind of doing my thing and trying to make myself better, but I didn't know exactly how it had helped and all that work that I had put in and if it had really paid off. And I just remember getting out there and during that game and the difference that I had felt from the preseason that year into the week 17, it really stamped that that all that work that I was putting in was paying off. And so it was an exciting feeling. And that D-Rod pass, man, it just seems like that stuff just continue on. When I start scrambling, he's usually the guy that is the recipient on the other end.
Let's go next to Nate Taylor. Go ahead, Nate.
Patrick, I wanted to ask you about the red zone. When you know teams are trying to limit the amount of possessions you guys have, it makes that obviously a little bit more important than it already is. Just what have you seen that's worked of recent in the red zone when you guys don't have a penalty, like what occurred in the Oakland game?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think as long as we're not hurting ourselves, we're doing a good job of being positive. If the touchdown throws there, we're throwing it and connecting on that. If the check down's there, we're throwing it, getting upfield, getting it to manageable second and third downs. And then there's some fourth downs that Coach Reed lets us go for as well, and we've been executing on those as well. And so I think we took it, made a big emphasis this year. Last year we didn't have the success that we wanted compared to the year before that in the red zone. So I think that that hard work is paying off, and hopefully it continues because that's a big changing point, a big turning point in every game.
All right, looks like we've got three more. We'll go right down the line. Darren, Sam, and then Sarin. Go ahead, Darren.
Hey, Patrick. Hope all is well with you. I want to ask you something a little bit off the field. We as black men don't really talk about it much in our community, but mental health. The fact a couple of weeks ago I asked you about staying in a hotel or whatever if need be to get the season completed, but you're 25. You just said that you just got engaged. Your fiance is about to have a baby. How is that? How have you been able to maintain mental sanity through all this and been able to translate that on the field? Because obviously, as you mentioned before, you sleep in a separate room. You may not be able to do the things that you would want to do along the way with her through her pregnancy and stuff. How has that made you a better man and a better football player by handling that?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that I've always done is keeping things in perspective. Being able to know that I've been given a lot of things given a lot of opportunities and stuff like that, and understanding that it's a blessing. It really is a blessing, and trying to just be grateful for every single day that I get to come here and do what I love. And then also surrounding myself with great people and great mentors and great leaders around me. And I think having those people, being able to talk to those people openly, and really show them exactly what my feelings are and how I'm feeling day to day has really helped me be the person that I am today.
Last two, we'll go Sam and then Sarin. Go ahead, Sam.
Hey, Patrick, you've always been pretty self-critical, right? Like I think you've been more expansive on maybe plays that didn't work than good plays that you had. I think that's fair. But just overall, through these 6 games, how would you rate how you've done personally?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've done well. I mean, I've done well enough to win the games for the most part. I always look to improve, always look to get better. But I feel like as an offense and me personally, that we're really improving game by game and really understanding what's there and what's there to be had and what's there to go get. And so we're doing a great job of that. And I'm just excited for the progression of keep getting better and better. And as we get more and more challenges, being able to step up to that challenge and make adjustments quickly. And I think we're doing a great job of that so far.
Let's go last to Sarin Petro. Go ahead, Sarin.
Patrick, I know you talked about that winning is what motivates you. Early on when you came on, you had that incredible season with 5,050 and all the numbers were there and it kind of set the tone. And you say the right things here at these moments, but we also see moments on the field where maybe there's like an inner fire, maybe counting out 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe counting to 10, different things that maybe are driving you.